Okay, so welcome back to another day of the 100 Days Design Challenge. Let's not forget this is a new week, new energy. We are designing from a different style. Alright, so let's just dive right into what we have for today. Okay, so the first thing I want to do, of course, the usual is to create a canvas size, okay? And I'm going to select 102 by 124 pixels and I'm going to create. So you can just change this here. Make sure it's in pixels, okay? And then you create. Good. After I've done that, we're going to dive right into inputting our resources. So let's just go into our file where we have our resources and then let's add it. I'm going to start with this. This is going to be my background. I'm going to take this, drag and drop out of Photoshop. Okay, so I'm going to increase this, increase it, and I'm going to place this here. Alright. So the next thing I want to do is import the next resource, of course, which is this here. I'm going to take the drag and drop inside of Photoshop. Good. Let me place this here. So we want to increase that. Alright. Now the next thing I want to do is let me add my text. I'm going to come to my text tool here. I'm going to just click and I'm going to write, let's say, the title of this line I want to create now or something like that. Okay, let me say picnic, then grill. Picnic grill. Okay, so let me select all of these, reduce the size. Alright, let me centralize, let me drag it. I'm going to drag this down here. Good. So now what we want to do here is I want the grill to be bigger than the picnic, or they should be about the same size. Okay, I'm going to select only the grill. So you select only the grill. Yeah, and then I'm just going to drag across here to increase the size. I'm going to change the color of the grill to, let me say, probably green, like a dark shade of green. Let's say something like this here. And then my picnic is looking too dark. So I'm going to do the same for the picnic. For the picnic now, I'm going to use red, like a shade of red, but a brighter shade of red. That's looking too dark. Okay. So now let me reduce the size. I'm going to reduce the size of this. And I'm going to place this here. Good. So I'm going to take this behind this car. Right here. I'm going to take this and place behind the car right here. Good. Alright, so what the next thing I want to do, okay, let me see, reduce the size of the picnic. Size of the picnic, let's see, reduce it. Alright, this is good. Alright, next one, I'm going to add a stroke. Okay, just come here and then I'm going to click on stroke. Make sure the stroke is on white. If yours is not on white, you can change it here. You just click here where you have color, take the size around 32 and then okay. Alright, that's good. Let me increase the size of this guy. It's looking too small. Alright, so the next thing I want to do now is I'm going to go into my file where I have my resources. This is the next thing I'll be adding. This and this. Let me just take this two and drag it out of Photoshop. I'm going to place this here. Alright, so for this first one, I'm just going to click Ctrl T. Sorry, let me unsee this here. So for this leaf, I'm going to click Ctrl T. I'm going to right click and I'm going to go to flip horizontal. Okay, I want to flip it to the other side because I already have like something like a leaf on this side. I don't want to add any other thing. So once I flip that, alright, let's reduce the size. We don't want it covering the P. Let's reduce the size a bit. Alright. Alright, that's good. Now for this the next one, okay? Alright, I'm just going to reduce the size of this. And then I'm going to take this and place behind the car also. Once I place this behind the car, I'm just going to rotate it out. The idea, we want it to show, although we want it to be behind the car, but we don't want to hide it completely. So I'm just going to rotate this and I'm going to place this here. Alright, this is good. Let me just select the car and this, and let me just move them in a bit. Alright, that's good. Let me reduce the picnic. The grill picnic. I want it to show. That's the idea. The idea I want it to show. Alright, so once I'm done with this, now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to go and import the next resource I'll be using, which is like the last resource. I'm going to take this, I'm going to drag and drop inside of Photoshop. So drag it and drop it inside of Photoshop. Alright, I'm just going to place it here. Alright, so once that is placed, the next thing I want to do is, now I don't want, okay, this is red, the word support on this is red, and I don't want it to be like that, to make it look too rowdy or something like that. So what I want to do now is I'm going to take this, I'm going to go to my selection tool here. I'll make sure it's a magic one select, then I'm just going to select the red. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to press Ctrl J. Good, it's going to create a duplicate of the support that I selected, and then I'm going to go to my color overlay. Okay, click here, color overlay, and then you pick the support. You select like a dark shade of green, so 283128, you can use that, and then okay. Then I'm just going to, so what I want to do, sorry, Ctrl Z. So what I want to do now, I want to select the support that I just added the color overlay and the one I created the layer from, and then I'll right click and convert them to a smart object. I'm going to convert both of them to a smart object, and I'm going to reduce. So let me just reduce the size. Let me place this here. Alright, so let me still reduce the size. It's looking too much. I'll place this here. Let me reduce the size here. Alright, so the next thing I want to do is I'm just going to duplicate this, okay? So I'm going to press Alt, I'm going to click and drag out. I'll reduce the size of this here. Reduce the size and place this here. Alright, and then I'm going to duplicate again. I'm going to Alt, drag and place here. Now this time I'm going to add a filter and I'm going to add Gaussian blur. Okay, filter, I'm going to go to my blur, I'm going to add Gaussian blur. Okay, all right, so this is a very simple design, but this is the end of our design for today. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take a screenshot of the Shift Ctrl Alt E to take a screenshot. I'm going to go into my filter and I'm going to go into camera filter. So I want to do now, I'm just going to increase the texture of this, increase the clarity, alright, and then increase the vibrance. I want the colors to come out a bit and the haze, and then I'm going to click OK. So you can go further to add maybe a bit of noise. So filter, also go to noise and then you add noise, alright, and then OK. So with this, we've come to the end of the design for today. I hope you learned something new. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you wherever you're watching from. Just like, share and subscribe. Have a wonderful day.